All right, guys, so working on the Toyota Hilux binary file. Take some time and go through and label every single last one of these DTCs and the functions that refer to them, so that when you're digging through the ECU and you come across one of these functions, you can see that it's DTC related. So take the time to do that. And then let's get started on this video. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and find our sensor linearization maps from circuit high, circuit low DTC functions. One thing I'd like to point out, we're getting the opportunity to look at the disassembly a little bit. So something I was mentioning about registers at one point, it does some weird stuff sometimes. You'll notice when we were working on the ECT, this function, we came to these RAM addresses and they were colored orange, like in the last function we were looking at. And when you referenced it, it would not reference the, brown, tan rather, RAM addresses. So we chose to analyze the file and it cleared that up for us. However, we get over to our map sensor DTC circuit high-low function and we're dealing with this same issue again. I did try to analyze the file multiple times at this point and it did not help. So these are the same values as these, the RAM addresses. So I messed around with it a bit, and the conclusion that I came to, and I'm not even saying that this is right, but I just want to be able to do my disassembly and know what I'm looking at. So the conclusion that I came to is if we scroll up to the top here and we hit clear flow and repair. Okay, now what that just did is it made all of our global, or every last register that we had priorly set up is now unknown in this function. And then we click disassemble again, and look at that. Now we're all dialed in. All right, so let's go ahead and just dive into this map sensor linearization factors now. So we're going to treat this like we've treated the last few. We're going to go ahead under each, or right before each of these, we're going to highlight this IVAR 9. Yeah, that makes sense. 1 or 0 are our two options. 1 and what writes to it, this RAM address. Okay, and these look really promising. We're just going to call them map DTC and map equal to 1. Yeah, we're going to call both these map DTCs, and then we're going to see what writes to these. Double click on those. Okay, and right off the bat, what do we see? We see a variable more than and less than, and then a variable more than, and of course that is nearly identical, although it doesn't look different, or it looks significantly different. But let's look at our sensor ECT calibration function. And what do we have going on here? We have, if this value is less than or more than, it sets 1, and if it's more, and if this value is more than, it sets a 1. So it's the same outcome, just displayed differently, and addresses instead of written into the code. You know, on that last one, I showed how you can edit the code to get the values you want, but in this case, we have data addresses. I don't know what to call it. So we're gonna call this map. We're just kind of prototyping off of our ECT sensor. So map sensor voltage, you know, that's what it was, and it compared against these. Yeah, okay. This is our factorization of it. This is the factor, this is the offset. So how do we want to break this down? If we are above this voltage or below this voltage, so map sensor, well, I guess let's so that's, yeah, 63 63,000. That's the 63,000. Yeah, that's the lower voltage, so low and high. So if we're more than high and we're less than low, so we're going to go map, sensor, voltage. We're just going to say map V high, comma, low equals 1. And then right here, we're going to go map V high equals 1. Right? Yeah, that's high. Okay, so then let's go ahead and get these entered into winols, these addresses. So this is our max voltage, and those are the same. Okay. And they were, I think this one came first and the other one came right after it. So 62,000 in decimal, and then we're going to go ahead and, yeah, that's right. Okay, and X is going to be editable text, and we're just going to say map sensor volt max min. So this is our factor, this is our offset, and then, yeah, and then the whole thing, once this is performed, then it's a bitwise operation, which is, wow, dividing this value by 2 to the 14th power. We're going to look at this address right here. 15E1, 15E1. Okay, and it's actually right there. Okay, this is map, sensor, factor, and it is volts in parentheses times factor plus offset. Okay, low, high, decimal, and good. Map sensor factor. Okay. And then let's check out this, which is, wow, 32 bits. Starting with 00. Okay, back into winols, A, paste, K, accept, and starting with 00. So it's these 2 bytes. Little Indian. Okay, but it's going to be 32-bit. So we're just going to copy, we're going to make a map out of that one. Yeah, that's right. 004F9D8F. Okay, and then we're going to turn this back into decimal. That is a big number. That's okay, though. Okay, so this is the map sensor offset. And again, we're going to say all right, guys, so you might be wondering why we aren't dividing 1 by 2 to the power of 14 and then multiplying the EEPROM data in winols by that, like we did with the ECT sensor. The reason why we're not doing it in this case is because the arithmetic for the factorization of this map sensor is done prior to this bitwise operation. So I'm going to leave it like this in winols because it concerns me that it might cause issues when you try to scale a new map sensor if you multiply it by that value that you would come up with. Okay, and then let's jump down and look at this function really quick. I spent some time looking at this function prior to us checking this out. So this bool means if 0, this statement is not true. So if param equals 1, so let's just jump up here real quick. And there's two functions that reference it. And in this function, there is a 1, so param 1 is 1, which is true. And in this one, param 1 is 0, which is false. I'll let you guys pick which one you think it's performing. That's frustrating. We're going to assume that it could be either or. So let's assume it is param 1 equals 1, and either of these need to be true, right? So we have a double and then these two sets of parentheses, okay, and then a for set over here, which brings us to the conclusion on this side. So this has to be true, and either this or this have to be true. If this equals 1, then this is true, okay? But this is equal to 0. So if this equals 0, this statement is true. So pretty much what it boils down to is if this equals 1, one of these will always be in a condition for this OR operation to make the rest of the statement true. You look through this function, and effectively is what this function is doing is it's comparing this data address right here to ivar5, which effectively writes to that data address later on, and it just computes a difference and then smooths it. So I think that we could call this a smoothing function for your manifold absolute pressure sensor. What we end up with is manifold absolute pressure and manifold absolute pressure. You will notice though, we're going to just say without correction, because you might see these compared to each other somewhere else in the ECU at some time, and they're the same. They're the exact same thing. The only difference is this one never was ran through this smoothing function. But the purpose of the function is not to change the value, it's simply to smooth it. All right, that pretty much wraps up this video.